Deadly terror encounter in Jammu and Kashmir's Rajouri. 2 army officers and 2 jawans were killed in action after a fierce encounter broke out in the Kalakot forest of Rajouri. This encounter started after Army Special Forces and police launched a joint operation following intelligence inputs about presence of terrorists in this area. Intense gun battle is still underway in the region as additional troops were deployed to eliminate 2 terrorists cornered in the Bajimal area of Rajouri. Officials have said the trapped terrorists have been moving around the area for 3 to 4 days now.
Right now we are at Bajimal village in Jammu and Kashmir's Rajouri district. This is that area where a fierce encounter broke out yesterday morning. The security forces had a specific input about the presence of terrorists in this area, and after that a massive search and cordon operation was launched by security forces on Sunday. And since Sunday this operation was on, the security forces managed to establish a contact with terrorists yesterday in the morning, and after that a fierce encounter broke out. Unfortunately, in this anti-terror operation we have lost 4 of our brave hearts. We have lost 2 captain rank officers and 2 soldiers. They have attained Veer Gati, and now reinforcements have been sent to this spot, and the encounter is still on, and we can hear gunshots from this particular spot. I will just try and show you the exact spot where the encounter is on. There on that hilltop. I will just ask my camera person to show you the pictures. There on that hilltop, 2 Pakistani terrorists are believed to be hiding, and Indian Army personnel as well as personnel from Jammu and Kashmir Police's Special Operations Group are there. And here CRPF jawans have been deployed as part of outer cordon.
After having received actionable intelligence, a joint cordon and search operation was launched by Jammu Kashmir Police, CRPF and the Indian Army. It's unfortunate in the ensuing encounter, 4 of our personnel, 2 officers and 2 jawans have been lost. Terrorists have all the advantage. The terrain is tortuous, the dense forests and alpine forests. They are hiding where our troops are in the open. The special forces have also been deployed in that area, and the situation is being closely monitored by GOC 16 Corps as well as the Romeo Force Commander.
Sunil Ji Bhatt, in fact, is getting us more details and terrible news coming in of 2 captains who've lost their lives in that encounter. Just give us a sense of the operations right now. What more details can you share with us, Sunil?
Well, Sneha, today is day 2 of this encounter that broke out yesterday morning. The security forces had a specific input about the presence of terrorists in this forest belt of Kalakot in Rajouri district of Jammu and Kashmir, and acting on that specific input, a massive search and cordon operation was launched by the Indian Army, Jammu and Kashmir Police and the CRPF on Sunday. Yesterday, that is Wednesday, in the morning hours, the security forces managed to establish a contact with the terrorists, and after that a fierce encounter broke out. But unfortunately, in this encounter, we lost 4 of our brave hearts, 2 army captains, 1 JCO and 1 army jawan lost their lives. They attained Veer Gati in this anti-terror operation, and encounter is still on. And we are reporting from ground zero here near the encounter spot, and behind me you can see that the CRPF jawans are here. They have laid an outer cordon in this entire area of Kalakot. But Sneha, it's not an easy operation. That's what our sources are telling us, and it's going to take time. As per sources, there are 2 to 3 terrorists hiding in the forest belt of Rajouri. You just see the terrain. This entire stretch is surrounded by dense forests and mountains. So it's not an easy operation. It's going to take time. The security forces want to ensure that they don't, lose further lives. So on one hand, they have to ensure that they have to, eliminate the terrorists as soon as possible. But at the same time, they have to also ensure that there are no further casualties on part of the security forces. And what our sources are telling us is, Sneha, that yesterday when this search operation was already on, there was one local resident who informed the security forces about the exact spot where terrorists were hiding. He told them that the terrorists had demanded food from him, and when he refused to provide them food, he was beaten up black and blue, and after that he fled from that spot and he went to the security forces. That's what his story is. He's saying that he was beaten up by the terrorists and then he fled and informed the security forces about the exact location of the terrorists. And when the teams from the Indian Army, special forces of the Indian Army reached that spot, they were ambushed and we lost 4 of our brave hearts. 4 Indian Army personnel attained Veer Gati and 2 others are injured. There is a major rank officer of the Indian Army who was injured, and there is an army jawan also who is injured. Both of them were airlifted to the hospital of the Indian Army, which is located in Udhampur. So Sneha, operation is still on, but it's going to take time. It's not an easy operation.